Okay, I will try to fix this chat also because this is not the chat now.
WBGF Doubles World Championship 2nd edition. I'm on the microphone. My name is Tobias Hellwag and I'm happy to present the first match. There's a group stage, 41 teams registered. They all play, or most of them play 5 rounds. Obviously, some are unfortunate to have a bye. And after this group stage, the best 32 will go into a knockout. And the first pairing is on the top side. It's a little bit misleading because actually maybe I asked them to correct it. Give me a second, it's a little bit misleading. So this way, the color scheme is more clear. Dan Rovira, many know him, a marvelous commentator, and also has his own backgammon channel on YouTube. Please subscribe. Backgammon is beautiful. What a name. And together with Gerd van der Stricht. Gerd van der Stricht, well known as one of the best Belgian players, together with Mark van Dam. Gerd sometimes has some volatility in his decisions, but he can play very, very low PR. At least he played at least 3 UBC candidate tournaments. Tapio is with us in the chat, so whenever you watch the stream and you come to the chat, please say hello. And on the bottom side we have a Japanese double, Sam Mizutani and Kishono. Sam is known for a long time, also traveling internationally. I played Sam already in Tokyo a couple of years ago, more than a decade. And Kishono developed a program to read in your files and to convert video files into text formats which can be analyzed later. So this can be a very, very useful as a tool for backgammon players to develop their game more. So more about this in this tournament. He brought some flyers with us. I don't know if he has an online page. He didn't make us aware. Hi Jeff, very nice to say hello in the chat. Pleased to have you with us. And I hear a lot of teams around already started to play. And at any moment this pairing will also start. Once again, on the bottom with the black checkers, Sam Mizutani and Kishono-san from Japan. On the top, Belgium English double, Gerd van der Stricht. The names are a little bit reversed, but you know the candidates. And then Rovira, known from the YouTube channel Backgammon is Beautiful. Then earlier, speaking yesterday, commented wonderfully together with Dirk. If you want to watch, it's on the same channel, Day 0, BMAB. He commented the second match together with Dirk. And there have been a couple of interesting plays, and it's very pleasant to listen in. So that's on file, and Dan also volunteered to help us in the commentary in the upcoming streams. In the rare scenario he's losing and has time, then he will volunteer also in the chat. Bill, very happy to have you with us. Now this is a good crowd, so happy, yeah, the Mardi Gras tournament is coming up, and we pay reference to it with the Mardi Gras scoreboard. You saw it already in Sweden. Now it's very good lightened, and you see the purple and the green and black and yellow in the middle. AP for ace point. This is a club where you can get it, and a lot of great stuff you need for backgammon. Lead by Bill and Tara, world's best streamers. Maybe I go quickly out because maybe they're not sure that they can start. I will just signalize them that we are ready, just in case there's a confusion. Yeah, and they were not sure that they could start already, so it was a good idea to step out. My little boot here. I'm sitting close to them, but we made sure in many tries that I can't be heard. Also, there's a tiny delay from the stream to the real play as an extra insurance. 15 seconds delay time if I get it right, and 3 minutes per match point. Time bank equals 21 minutes for the 7-point match. Against the double 5, priming is a good idea, even if one checker is already gone. Following the plan. Japanese double is rooting for a 6. But this is at least of the same quality as a 6. Yeah, the first 2 aces were brilliant. The second 2 just have to be done. And this is probably the least harmful way. Double 2 would have been a great roll, making the bar, counter priming. So let's look into this. How do you want to handle, what's the medicine? What's the medicine for this? Certainly, there's a tendency to attack a single checker. Stepping up is also a good idea. Actually, I like that a lot. It's a little bit the cake dilemma. You can't eat the cake and keep the cake. It's the same with these unstacked points, 7 and 8. You can't make the 4-point without giving one up. No real alternative. This is the only play. And 39 looks more active, more builder strength, only 4 shots. But results in a way stronger position when you don't get hit. I asked Dan and Gerd how they came together as a double, and they met in Loutraki. This year there was the WBGF team event in Loutraki. Or actually, as it was Loutraki, they must have met the year before, because this time in Greece at the team championship it wasn't held in Loutraki, so if I get it right. So they met last year and came into contact and decided they would make a good team for this event. They would make a good double for this event. Peter is here with us. He just confirms what we all see. This is great quality, nice visibility, fantastic color scheme also. Yeah, and I'm looking so much forward for this event in New Orleans coming up, 10th of September, in a fantastic hotel. The hotel was completely rented by Budweiser for the Super Bowl. So this is a big company. They have taste and money. So this is maybe a good reference. And there the deal is almost a steal. Tara and Bill are great in negotiations. and I'm sure this tournament will really rock. So now the 6-3, there shouldn't be really trouble. Oh, the 6-3 is still there. They're consulting about the double. Pardon me, I almost missed the point. So 9 numbers to make, actually it's 10 numbers to make the bar. Double 3 is also a pointing number for the bar, plus some attacking numbers like 6-4. 6-3 also plays reasonable, already 14 good numbers. Let's check the raise. In the raise they're a little bit down. Not too dramatic. And this is a rather easy take. Hitting is also an option. I'm sure they are setting this up with the loose checker in the board. Moving a spare from 6 to 5. There's usually like an inner defense for all the good players. They know it's a little bit weaker positioned. It feels also like a duplication of numbers somehow. For the bar, the 3-point and the 2-point. Yes, they did set it up and they decided to play like that. The more gammonishing play after doubled. Direct benefit is they get another blot to shoot at. And 3-1 is marvelous. Of course, they don't hit on the bar. It's a pointing number. 3-4, hide what you can. Yeah, they're just checking if there's any duplication, making it worth to step out. There was none. 6, and now either hide the checker or switch from the 4 to the 3-point. These are the top options. And the board is very fierce of Mizutani and Kishono-san, so pick and pass was a move. Oh, and 6-6 would have been great if there wasn't a double 3 before. Not really a bad roll, but they are about to lose control. The Japanese double managed to roll a 6. 2-1 strengthen their board, but still hanging back there, and this hits. And now it's all up to the next 3. Now it's all up to the 5. No 3, no 5. I have to leave the anchor. 4 blots around. Reward for the 3 gets higher. No, no, no. There's nothing else you can do. You can't do that. They know it. They're just setting it up. 2-5, no dice and checkers. We're in Europe. Yeah, half of the field was covering. A 5 was great. Direct 5, no headache. Should be now an easy job to walk out with the last guy. The 2 men on the 10-point. 2 middle crossovers extra maybe can result in a couple of extra gammons. Chances of getting gammoned is still low, but high 1 digits. So, and at least Gerd is a chess player, and I remember a famous quote, you will see them how they play their aces, yeah. And that means, that was a quote from a strong German player who said, you know, when you watch how the people play their aces, then you know what caliber of player you play. But this is not always my opinion. But you can see that sometimes Gerd gets carried away or falls in love with these small details. It's probably a good help that Dan is on the dice. There's lots of time in this double, but still time management is an important factor. So now winning the lottery is easier than winning a gammon here. Well done, no sense, there's no PR points for that. And 5 away, 7 away, interesting score. Main focus is the juicy redoubles for the trailer. Hello Jacques, very nice to have you back here in the stream. I actually don't remember the 6-4 at all. It's in general, this is a responsible move tournament in all events. Responsible moves is the official rule set of the WBGF. It means you're responsible for your moves. It means whatever you set up and doesn't get corrected, yeah, is a move that stands. In this pairing, I almost cannot believe all 4 overlooked that the move was illegal. But of course, things can happen. It just recently happened to me, small anecdote, then I will stop to talk about me, but I was so paralyzed from a noise carpet recently at a small round robin tournament that I actually started with a double first roll. Yeah, we both rolled double 2. I picked up the dice as there was so much noise going on, rolled another double 2 and then said it, and my opponent said nothing about it. Yeah, I was really ashamed later when I did the recording. So everything can happen, and most often it's not intention. Okay, only a small issue. Yeah. Then maybe everybody was in relaxing mode. Now let's look at the board. 4-5 does hit, but not in a great way. It could be a super duplication of aces, stepping up to the 20 and hitting on the ace. But this looks hard to say that it looks more natural with 6 people on the 6 point, but this is a regular position to make good inner port points next time. Yeah, the spare on the 9 is very, very powerful. With the spare on the 9, you have like 9 great builders for the bar, for the 5 and for the 4, plus some other numbers for the 3 point. 6, 5 on the other end makes the bar, of course, the opponent's bar. 4, 3 definitely makes the anchor, because your position improves so easily forward. It's a defense which is limited, and so when you can do 2 good things, you decide what's harder to do. That was clearly here the defensive anchor, and great choice, because they would have been out of business already. Having 2 checkers indirectly primed behind a 5 prime. If they wouldn't have made the anchor, very happy, big reward for their decision. 6, 1. I can see the Japanese duo trying to step out, testing the water. Of course, this is also very constructive, making another port, increasing inner board point strength. And in this scenario, they would have gotten missed, being more happy stepping out after double 6, and 1 more man escaped. Looks like they are faster. But that's yesterday's papers, so let's watch them. Usually you want to make points. The 9 point is a priming point, and no big headache to play with 2 blots. Yeah, the guy from the mid is very hard to hit. It's also not so easy to hit the guy on the 10. This position makes a lot of sense. Looks like they find a very good way to exchange here. Oh, and this is a hit. Oh, and it hits both. What a number. What a number. I shouldn't have said anything. Oh my God. And now this is too good. Nobody can take this. Of course, I mean, there's a mild risk that Dan and Gerd managed to get the second anchor, but first they have to enter with 2 blots, because now they're on the bar. Yeah, nice play on from the Japanese doubles pairing. And now they decided to end the game. Not too good anymore in their opinion. easy pass for the English-Belgian pairing. It can be great, but sometimes backgammon is their own language. I feel like I understand many languages when people play backgammon. You can read mimics and you know the concepts, so it's hard to keep really a secret in consultation. The 6-5 hit was mandatory, and then I actually just changed my glasses, so I missed a little bit. I just saw the pass. The hit with the 6-5 was mandatory. If you talk about the last game, Tapio. Avoiding the second anchor. So 3 possible twos. Okay, that's what I thought. Christian Peter, the Easy Beaver, is with us. Interesting. Some strong rolling is going on here. Cat looks very delighted. Two holding games. Belgium, English duo have the strong 5-point, but the Japanese duo has the advanced anchor. Three, two, not too fancy, could make the 5-point. You need some improvement sooner or later. Nine-point is of course top choice with double 4. And now starting the next best inner board point. Leaving no blots to hit. Six, two. More building power. Midpoint is of lesser use when you have a higher anchor. So what really is to do is the Japanese need an infield point. have a good position to realize this now. 5-2 is very poor. Going for a high stack. Yeah, the slot is... The race is not bad if you're not on the bar. Eight to 1 only leaves 6-2. This is a very moderate risk, giving you a good 6-3, 6-2 and 6-1. So you're losing on 2 numbers and gaining on 6. Looks like a good correlation from risk reward. I like this thinking. 6-3. Could play one guy from the butterfly anchor. That's a Japanese term formed from Michihito Kageyama, who is now in his home province Kochi and soon probably in Monaco. Formed these terms because you can't often hold the 3-point anchor for too long. Are there alternatives? I'm sure there are. Maybe you switch from 8 to 4. Now it's more hitting numbers. Actually the shots were doubled because 5-3 also hits. 4 hits instead of 2. And they are well consulted to pick this guy up. Two is a common part, and now out or slot the 2. Still there's a weakness in the Japanese home board with the blot on the ace. Thinking about McGrill's safe versus bold criterias, having the stronger board and the weakness in the Japanese home board. Lead them to the conclusion to leave now. Keeping everything active this way. And now if Gerd and Dan are not really up in the race by a lot, there is no need to double against the 4, against the high anchor. Main idea was to keep a spare 6, not to be forced to run off the anchor. And if Dan and Gerd are not significantly up, they should just wait till Mizutani and Kishono have to leave the anchor, and that's usually the point when they are doubling. Let's get a quick count. So this is 6 penta, 6 down, 8 down, 24. If I got the count right, then Gerd and Dan were like 14 pips down before the roll. Rolling a 9 means now 5 after the 8-13. Double 5, the only way to preserve your 5 prime. Now they are a little bit up, but also they're doubling the trend. Long crossovers for the Japanese duo. Also cracking potential. For the Japanese. But the race is probably just too good for them to pass. If you give both sides a double 6, it looks very even. It looks like it's only like 4 pips. Four pips difference, beside giving both sides a double 6. This is the way I'm always looking at the pip count. I try to make the boards look the same by mentally shifting the checkers. And this was a important point because it brings Gerd and Dan to a 4-way score. 4 away, 6 away. Both teams don't want to miss out on gammons, so gammons get doubled early. And gammon, big gammon danger gets passed. That looks like the right move. Yeah. Volker Schneider recently posted about that you usually leave earlier in backgammon puzzles, a Facebook group. You usually, when there are 2-man back split, you very often leave with the one which is on the 23, and then he had a position where it was different, but it was there about a duplication of good rolls on the other side. So always look at the whole field. Don't think in boxes. Now that's a roll. Absolutely. So now they have to figure out if they can play in a way that they can still take. I'm surprised there was no cube action going on here right now, as some numbers make a 5 prime here. And in this special score, right now the cubing power is gone. Maybe they thought it's too good. Now it's probably not good enough. English-Belgian board is of course very weak, but with foreman back, there's a lot of work to do. Kishono-san uses a face mask. Maybe he wants to avoid lip reading. And nobody catches his insights into the game, since the camera is on his face. Not a snap take, but a clear take for the team. They didn't look like it made them headache. The 2 would be a tremendous improvement. 6-4 would be even better. 5-1 is a sad number. Now some extra blots. Seven hits in the outfield, 11 additional in his own outfield, so 18 numbers only for the blots on the 12 and the 9, and then also some stuff on the 2. I can see myself investing more time into this move, but this can very well be the best. Six, 5. I see nothing else. Sam pointed it out. This is a way to get the guy on the 12. As long as Dan and Gerd are dancing, they can't save this blot, but this is like, this number does everything. Entering and saving. Being no target for one roll is quite pleasant. All right. Why not look at it? Outfield points are valuable, but now you can still get attacked. Oh, yeah. This is important to set it up right before you hit the clock. Stops the most feared improvement. Limiting the abilities of Gerd. And then by making this anchor, just be bold and slot the bar maybe. It's one option, but let's see what they come up with. (21 to 18) is too many blots. TMB. Yeah, the hybrid. Sam knows all about. I think he was a manager for Toyota. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. What's the alternative? Going out into a double shot or from the mid to the 6? You don't really want to go into a double shot. It's nice to start inner board points, but it's a big weakness when you get hit. Now also the Japanese duo can block the other ones with just playing blots to the bar and to the 4 maybe. If they have like two blots on the 3 and the 2. Now let's look at the third candidate. Let's look at 13-6. Can you do that? The 7th man on the 6. This has great benefits if you survive. It's just you're not a favorite to survive it. No blots. I'm happy that I don't have to make the decision here. Not an easy move at all. I would actually have ruled out that. but easy to see the upside when it works. 6-5 misses, makes a 4-point. Super scary board. You can either make the 4-point or leave a shot with a 2. They decided to leave a shot with a 2. Nine, 23, 14, 9 pips up for Gerd and Dan. Plus 5 more is 14 pips up. Just patiently wait for this winning double. This is a double, certainly it's good, but is it winning? I lost my count, but I think it's like 9 pips still. Could have been right to block 6s. But with the lead and the cube on their side, that swings it maybe a little bit to this choice. One thing I can tell you, these two agree on a lot of things. Similar mimic and gesture even. Double 3, fantastic number. Clear from the rear, nothing speaks against this. Chuck, I agree. All these things can maybe soon be realized. We already planned to do this last year, but all these technical inventions needs a lot of passion from the technical side, and our technical director Mate is very busy, coming from Sweden, doing streams. There's also responsibility for the BMAB, plus have a big camera business, which is very appreciated from a big group of players here, so he didn't have time to do such innovations. But soon in the future this will be realized, I'm sure about. Nothing else available. Worst number in this position for Gerd and Dan is 3 right now. But there's no single blotting number. Now they figure out their cube handling, and they came to a conclusion. They pass the question to the other team. What's the correct cube action here, they're asking. What would you do with a 4? I take it. I'm capable of doing mistakes, but for me this is a take. The race is not dead and they are blotting sequences. Down in the match. Bad 2s and bad 3s could come up in some scenarios. If I was doubling, I'd be more happy to see my opponent passing than taking. Oh, and we get information, it is a big pass. Sam and Kishono figured it out. I wasn't able to do it. Sure. Hello Gunnar, nice to have you here. Thanks for showing up in the chat. Paul come up with another information, and when we reconsider, it's we have no proof. Just trustful people. Yeah, Kishono, glad to switch from 8 to 5. That's way better. Fantastic equalizing board strength. 2 away, 6 away. So this is a score we just had in the previous match of the BMAB. It means if they are a small favorite, only like 55%, and they're winning 17% gammons, net gammons, then they can turn the cube. well, all gammons they're winning are net gammons, because the ones they're losing don't matter after the double. So Sam has a smile on his face, like he has a winning plan. Yeah, at the score I can see this cube. A lot of things are cube at this score. It's easy to imagine that they win 17% gammons or more. If you want to win gammon, you can't run. You have to lock in these people. So 6-3 was well executed. So lots of variations are possible, even making the 4-point. But there are more safer plays. It's not necessary to risk so much. Putting the builders so deep is usually wrong. This is the most builder, but also the most shots. But since they doubled, this is an aggressive forward play. Certainly wins them the most gammons, and they're not shy to lose gammons, so like this. Now either clearing the midpoint, or what is really the alternative to clearing the midpoint? Six shots this way, and sometimes you get primed, so especially when you can get primed, you want to look for your own priming potential. My clear number one candidate is this move. Sam looks happy with it. A little bit of sweating for the next roll, 4-2. No danger. Now we see Kishono's face. He's still afraid of the lip reading, so puts the mask back. Yeah, you need to counter prime, so slotting is a good way of doing that. You need to create counterplay, because very often you're behind an indirect 5 prime, so you need to set up one yourself. And now there's also this duplication of good numbers. This looks pretty clear. You want to make the 8 here. This is a shot reducing, counter shot reducing play. The 8 point is the improvement you want. This is a 4 duplication, but it would really surprise me if this is right. Position is way stronger with having the 8 point instead of the 10 point. This doesn't do too much. Okay, then the ace wouldn't be that fancy. It would just move to the 17. Now they decided for that, okay. I see the plan behind this. Yeah, important was to make the 4 point. This is what is this big swing on. Now they can't move the checker safe, but they can hit on the ace. This is matching their game plan. This is the way to the gammon. Alex is with us. Hi Alex, great to have you back here. Six to 4 and 10 to 9. Pairs a checker off. And now the most likely scenarios, it's either 2 away, or 4 away, 2 away. But still in some cases, this match is over right away. Better don't leave a shot. 31 numbers play safe, only 5-3 and 6-3. 32 numbers play safe. This is one of them. Now all numbers play safe, at least for this roll. Four doubles leave a shot, most twos. Now it's only everything beside. Oh, and it is 6 away. You pay some attention to the BG. Just pay attention, this is all. It's a 6 away score, double cube. Too many swings. Now there are 0 BGs. All small numbers hit, the others go out. And the ace is really big for them. Famous last words, yeah. What could possibly go wrong? These are the famous last words in backgammon, and then you roll. Yeah. Paul, but you know, superstition brings bad luck. So don't believe in that stuff, or you get unlucky. Maximum contact, you don't need to make this point. It's not worth to block double fives. You want to see the board, just go to the ace. Also about saving gammon, sorry, yeah, maybe you're a little bit more concerned. It's not only about hitting, and not only about, yeah, sorry, I did wrong consideration, I misinformed you. Of course, you don't want to lose gammon, so it can very well be right to just go to the 12 as they did. I don't have to figure it out, they have to figure it out. They do their job. And Paul confirmed he is not superstitious. I'm very glad to hear that. Yeah. And looking into a new score. 4 away, 2 away. One of the best trailing scores. At this score, your gammon price is 100%. And the teams decided to make a break. This would give us time to discuss the one or other aspect. Please, if you come up with questions, I am here for you to answer. I won't leave the room. Aachen used to be the former residence of Charlemagne the Great, like 1100 years ago. A ruler which is claimed to be from the French and from the Germans, to be their first emperor. And this was his favorite residence. He didn't have a castle, he used to travel, but his favorite residence was Aachen, and here he was also crowned. So this city is loaded with history. We have beautiful weather, and we are playing at a wonderful location. It's the second edition of this event. Okay, I have a question here. The 2 away score as a leader, one should only double if there are no gammon losses possible. The leader, if there are no gammon wins possible, I think is the question. So if you're 2 away and you can, you have a chance to win gammon. Of course, it's always the question how big is your chance. In every position where there's nothing bad off, there is a chance, but if there's an anchor, it's very small. So, but if you have like at the starting position, yeah, from the starting position before the roll, there are like 13% gammons in the game, yeah. So it's gammonishing when this increases. So of course, as long as you have these active gammons, you won't turn the cube. As a leader, especially at this score, 4-away, 2-away, you have a tiny little window to double. You need to be over 80%. With 80 point something percent, you can double at the score, and until 18% you can take as a trailer, and then it's an immediate redouble. So this is right. The leader really wants to play on for gammon if possible. And sometimes the trailer also doubles because he loses many gammons. Doubling the gammons out, if he has himself gammon winning sequences, this can be right. These are exotic positions, but it can appear. Yeah, very small window, which is very tough to find, and as long as they're active gammons, this is usually like the king's way of winning the score as a leader. Yeah, this is a way to say it. As soon as Dan and Gerd will leave their 24 point, and if the Japanese duo manage to have a board point already, then Dan and Gerd are facing a very strong double already. So cube action comes very early for the trailer with any gammon chances, and it's very hard to find the double for Gerd and Dan. Let's see if Dan is setting up a position for us or just to let the game.
It's a tournament, but it's way more. So they call it festival for a very good reason. We have lots of additional action. We have doubles tournament, and we have a pro-am doubles, which means we have an expert and a not so experienced player.
There is a lot of historical places, a lot of sightseeing. It's a very nice city, and everything is close, everything is nearby, so it's really a convenient place.
It's like an experience to feel entire city.
It's a backgammon holiday. You can do backgammon the whole day if you want. Starts at 11 with the seminars and then tournament, and until late night. So I think I need a rest now from backgammon next week, I guess.
The organization and the program is so full of things like learning and exchange, which makes it a special festival or backgammon tournament.
What I especially like about this tournament that they put emphasis on introducing the game to new players. So we have a beginner's room and lots of events for rookies. That's a very nice way to promote the game and make it more popular, and it really gets media attention.
I'm very glad we are here because Andrea Mills, the State Secretary of Sport, came here and made the opening ceremony with us. So Backgammon has a very good standing in Germany, and this is also something very important for the future in all the nations where we want to have the next events.
We are in Aachen, one of the most historical cities, and we are here for the first Backgammon Festival in Germany, I would say. I'm looking a lot during Aachen to find a venue, something what is payable and to manage. And just near my resign, I meet a friend, and then she told me there is a really, really nice place. It calls Erholungsgesellschaft. Yeah, it's a kind of city palace. I checked it on the internet, I saw the pictures, and it triggered me.
It's typical for the city, it's untypical maybe for backgammon. I like the venue a lot. It has charm, yeah, it puts a nice frame to this game. It elevates actually the whole atmosphere.
It's a new event, and the venue is very beautiful. It's like a museum or like a city hall building from the 19th century. Very impressive tournament room.
So, and here we are back. This is a move. This is certainly near the window. Is it in the window already? 11 checkers attacking, no point made yet. But now Sam confirmed, you better hit. So Kishono does. This is very, very unfortunate. 4 of the dancing numbers. No, your inner board point for sure. Yeah, these are the gammon wins. Kishono insists to set it up. This is certainly winning more games this way, but unclear if this wins more gammons. Still a very strong position. Okay. And the 4 comes also from the 8. Yeah, you want it somehow being different, but it is what it is. Well, the checker can still be helpful. Yeah, right, do this, they roll 1-6 and there the gammon is gone. What's wrong with hitting here? What's wrong with 8-4? How happily they would have executed this move if the 2-point was already made. Absolutely. This is basically possible. It's also a legal move, but these 2 points are really strong position assets. You need good arguments to give one of them up. 3-man back versus 1-man back. Focus on your own strength. And this is 2 inner board points. This is a gammon play. Five, 3 building power, don't be shy. Giving themselves the best chances to pull off a G. And now this is gammon safe. Could be the call of the moment, but a lot of wins when you go 13-10. Not an easy decision at all. Contradiction of the score, but winning itself is of course strong. And 6-1. This will leave them with doubts, but everything is active. 5-3 is a hit. Yes, you have no other chance than that. Four. And out. Yeah. Simply no other 5. Absolutely right, Alex. Very, very most trigger happy score. Well, most trigger happy is usually 2 away, but right afterwards is trailing score 4 away, 2 away. No, you can't afford that, I guess. Yeah, just have to play this. This is gammon safe. Good choice, yeah. It's read in Simon's book, yeah. Should be read in many books. And I actually don't know if why you would slot here and why not. Maybe you can point it out in the chat. I could see that this was an option, but also respect the opponent's board. Natural way of making this point is still possible. This is how it goes. Now just look for the position picture. Yeah, Sam is moving forward with the upper body, more happy about what he's looking into. Gerd leaning back. Can easily see that 6-5, 6-4 is bad this way. Let's set something else up, maybe just make a heavy bar. With a heavy bar everything would be beautiful, but this could lead for a bad distribution. So there's enough time. This can be the last game. Look at pictures. Still 6-4, 6-5 is bad. Leaving direct shots. So this could be 2 in, just clear the bar. Looks most natural to me. Kishono-san agrees. 6 was scary. Even if it doesn't hit, it's a great roll for Gerd and Dan. Long time they were in lead, now they're hoping to get to DMP. And they get a winning shot. Could make the bar for a change. There could be following up numbers. You waste crossover but not pips. This is how I remember the position. But in case of a dispute, they can always call Mate to check out. Yeah, this can save the most gammons. I agree. This is a perfect number to move in. Very comforting roll. Yeah, 2 out is a common part. Exactly. Oh, this helps a lot. 1, 2, 3. No, even further. They cheated themselves for 2 pips. It's from 21 to 9 and not from 21 to 11. Okay, they could afford it. The smallest advantage leads to a cube. Any market loser comes a cube, so and at DMP, I think you won a slot. I'm surprised. It would have duplicated also this great number. This is officially the last game of the first round. No, it's responsible moves, Carsten. This is a WBGF tournament. We are playing WBGF rules. And since I think 2 years, responsible moves is in the rule set. The rules were also again announced on the big stairs where everybody gathered before the draw. The tournament director Paulus von Roy, he announced that this is a responsible move tournament. Yeah. But often small differences making a big difference, making a big change. tempo hit idea. Don't be afraid of any gammons. Or just playing the race since you already escaped with one checker. Different ideas. Ace is very, very strong. The 9-point is also strong. Gerd and Dan are definitely back in the driving seat here. And actually you would be happy to have a roll where you just can breathe and not be again on the bar. You want to move something. This would maximize the action. Yeah, now everybody is here and I'm very happy to see this. We have a Vivid Jet. Hi Bill, hi Eric. Eric, are you already in Munich? Are you coming to Aachen? Is your flu better? Did you heal out? Let us know here. Couple of numbers. Most 7s are good. This is a very nice one. All 8s are good. Double 2, double 4 especially. The other 8s hit in the outfield. This is a duplication. One, not too fancy, but not too shabby either. You still have time for development, you don't need to push it artificially. Yeah, breaking the contact is probably not the perfect idea. Contact is basically what you want. This helps you to enhance your prime. I understand this play much better. Eric, get well from all of us. We miss you here, but we are happy you show up in the chat. This is the spirit. When you're sick, still be at the stream here. Yeah, always connected to the game. Backgammon forever. Now your position is so strong. Don't want any real damage. 2 down looks good. Everything points somehow or runs. Worst roll is 5-1, 6-1. Everything else is nice to handle. And Kishono-san is looking for a 3. There is a 3. You know what to do. Something I didn't expect. But I see there is no hurry. You still have time, okay. I hear you. First strengthen your board, and now what's your plan with the ace? This can be right if everything is well positioned and blotting is too dangerous. Six two, the do run run, the do run run. Big favorite if it works. It does work. Wow, and this is a perfecta making the 6 prime. There's still contact, there's counter priming potential after the hit. Hoping for another set of aces. This is a way to handle double 3. Double 1 is still in the cup, 1 out of 36 times. This roll is doing backstroke. Nice distribution. Nice distribution, looks like a good choice. From my references, slotting is wrong here, but it's certainly close. There might be well aspects I don't understand. Slotting is the play to avoid, like next roll 6-4, 6-2, 6-1 again, where you bust your prime and end up with a shot on your ace, with a blot on your ace, which can be shot and then the game can. But I think this is the right move, according to my reference. I only have a positional picture here, and this is the switch. You want to make the ace point, this is the safest move. This is a perfect sequence for the English Belgium doubles team. Super safe. Ready to clear with any double. Double 1 does a closeout. All other doubles break contact. I'm not so sure, because you just want to break contact. It looks a little bit like double jeopardy this time, but 6-3, yeah, of course. You take them out. You win more in case you get still hit. Everything without an ace, and this game is over. And we do have a winner in this first match of the Doubles World Championship WBGF version. Yeah, prepare for the handshake now. And we are there. Yeah. Friendly atmosphere, group stage. Still everybody is active. I think it gave us a lot of interesting positions. Was great to see. I like this format. It's true, it's sad that we can't hear what the players say, but we get some insights in the mimics and the gesture. And once again, be aware, Dan Rovira has a site, Backgammon is Beautiful, on YouTube. Make sure to look at it. Okay, see you again at 8:30 for the next match. Thank you everybody, 8:30, this is in about an hour. We continue with the next match. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.